Welcome to the Dripping in Black podcast for our monthly Creators Drip. We celebrate Black excellence, Black creativity, and Black culture. Here are our creators, David V. Lewis and Sean Smith.
What's up, good people all across the world? This is the Dripping in Black podcast. I am your host, David V. Lewis. And per usual, we have another fantastic lineup. Today's lineup is the creators, myself, David V. Lewis, and Mr. Sean Smith, S Squared. S Squared, say hello to the world.
Hello, world. Happy second season of Dripping in Black.
How you feeling, S Squared?
I'm feeling okay, man. It's been a rough second season, and we have to get into a little bit of why that is. But I'm good despite.
Okay. So just as a refresher for our audience, our podcast is primarily driven by interviews with people throughout the Black diaspora who are doing fantastic things. We just have a platform to showcase Black excellence, and that's what we do on a weekly basis. But we like to break up the monotony of that routine with the Creators Drip. This is the first one for the 2021 fall season. And so we start off always with the Creators Convo. In the Creators Convo, we have a few things that the creators are going to chop it up about. All right. So the first topic is Dripping in Black Productions. So S Square, tell the world a little bit about Dripping in Black Productions.
Dripping in Black Productions is the offshoot, and we kind of probably did it kind of backwards, but it's okay. We developed how to, and we learned through trial, error, fire, everything else, to how to do podcasting. As educators, we always want to teach others and make that available for others. So Dripping in Black Productions became its own offshoot, because if you look up at Dripping in Black now, and if you put in drippinginblack.com, it goes to the Higher Ground Educational Resources, which it was developed under. Dripping in Black is its own entity now. So it will be separate, and we'll tell you some of those things that will be separated from there. But it came out from an idea of, okay, how do we market what we know now? And one of the things is we came up with Dripping in Black Productions. You know, Higher Ground was one of my babies, still one of my babies. But Dripping in Black Productions was a David V. Lewis, Sean Smith production. Yeah. So we put it separately. It has its own LLC and everything now. So we put it separately because we want that to focus mainly on the production side of what we do. And again, as we go through, you will see what have we been doing with Dripping in Black Production. That's a good question. We're going to answer that in a few, though.
Yeah, and more to come with that with regards to information, but definitely we're about supporting those people that are thinking about getting into the podcast game, lending our expertise. And there's a variety of ways that we can do that, from consultation to a variety of packages that I don't know if we'll discuss on this episode, but will definitely be online and available to you at some point. But part of the Dripping in Black Productions is we got into this C4 challenge. Tell the world how that came about first, S Squared.
Well, C4 challenge came about primarily because I started experimenting on Clubhouse as we was looking at different social medias and stuff to expand our brand and things like that. Somebody mentioned Clubhouse. So I was going on Clubhouse, and I spent a lot of time on podcasts and monetization of podcasts and how to do podcasts and all those things. And one day I ran into a group, and we started kicking it, every day in this one room, Scorpion Presents room. Shout out to Scorpion. because that's kind of where the idea emerged from. And what the C4 challenge is C4 stands for the creator. I'm gonna mess this up. Content Creators of Color Collective. I think I got it. That's it. So
Okay.
I ain't gonna
Sounds
say
good to me.
I ain't gonna say it again though, but yeah, so now it's called C4. And C4 is made up of other podcasters. And what we did was we had a RSS feed. And what we did was we had a challenge that we had to create new content, I won't say new content every day. Now, of course, I can't do that every day, but I'm going to participate when I can. And so as Dripping in Black Productions, we participated in the challenge, and I met a lot of good people of color. Hopefully they'll be on Dripping in Black. Hint, hint, they know who they are, and I will actually call them out a little bit later. But we did content. So if you want to look up C4 challenge, is content Creators of Color Collective. It's on all forms of, most of it's audio. There is a version on YouTube, but a lot of us didn't do video stuff. So you might hear the video, you might hear the audio with a picture or something like that. But there are some that did do some video stuff. I did a little video stuff, but not a lot on that one. But that is out there. And shout out, the group was Michelle. She does the Relationship Through the Looking Glass. Very dope podcast on relationship, and it's grown. It fits us because it's grown folks. It ain't none of that clickbait stuff that they yelling Jerry Springer type stuff. No, they got some very grown conversation, and they're a professional, so it's very, very good. Sean C, which came up with the idea, that's my man. 757 Renaissance Man. Jen, she does the Woke by Accident. Levi, you need to get with Levi because y'all both love history. His history is from the Black perspective in the Bible. So he gave us the most radical Bible study I've ever been in. So he good. I told him he need to be writing books. And Levi, my man Drew from Drew versus the World was in the challenge. He got a job, Drew making big money. So he had to leave us a little bit because he had to go to his new job. But he's back. And again, we talked to him a lot. Posters talked to him today. And those were the creatives that made up the C4. But it was special. I got to give special love to my girl Jimmy, because she gets me straight about the podcast business. She is from what is the name of her thing? The Flintstone Media. She does this for real. Matter of fact, she left her job to do podcasts and stuff. So she runs this podcast media firm in Florida, and a lot of the ones that she deals with is Florida-based podcaster. But she the smartest sister I know. She know that stuff. She bad. And Scorpio. From Scorpion Presents. She's that's kind of where we met, in her room in the chat in the clubhouse. And special shout out. So one of the things that we did as Dripping in Black Productions, what I wanted to do, I wanted to work with new people. So most of my new people didn't come through, but I did get to a couple of them. And what I did for my spot was I highlighted their trailers. So a shout out to Alexis and Toxic Tangent. If you go to C4 Collective and listen to their trailer is on, I want to say is day 28 and day 30 of the challenge. I believe it's somewhere around there, but you can see it. And they dope. They got podcasts coming out, and I wanted to support them. And Karina and MK, they got one. I just had a meeting with them. So Dripping in Black Productions has been busy. We need to turn into some money, but we've been busy talking and meeting folks and not socializing, networking, and it's coming along slowly but surely. It's coming along.
Yeah, I'm into what the young lady you mentioned that's turned it into a job, and it's job number one. I'm into that. That would be a dream job for me, is to be able to do this podcast for my number one job, number one stream of income, and do education on the side. So I'm just putting that in the atmosphere. We need them subscribers to get pushed up. We need viewers to get pushed up. We have a great product, and we have a very simple goal of celebrating Black excellence. Who ain't into that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But you were talking, and it made me think about, you started talking about grown folks conversation, and I'm gonna flip the prompts that we have here, but I'm gonna jump into Raw Conversation. Let's talk a little bit about Raw Conversation, which is one of Drippin' in Black Productions podcast now. So it's under the arm of Drippin' in Black Productions, Raw Conversation. Tell the world a little bit about that.
Raw Conversation is exactly what it is. We want to give it its full government name, is Raw Conversation, Unadulterated Truth.
Yeah.
It came from idea. David and I, we sit around, we talk, but we always shooting off ideas and off of each other. And one idea, it came from, I wanted to hear grown people talk.
Yeah.
And talk about things in a rational manner. It could be, it's humorous and things like that as well, because that's how we talk. But it was kind of missing, again, no shade to, some of the other stuff out there. They have their following and things like that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm a grown, hell, you can call me old if you want to. I'll take that. I want to hear conversation along that line. And we came up with this idea, and I said, well, one of the things that came out of it is David is the EP of it, the executive producer of it. I said, well, let's develop it. And we got 4 people. We got our first round draft choices.
Yeah.
Because the initial, this is the beauty of having you a tribe. My initial one, and I still got that on back burner, is that I wanted to hear some males talk.
Yeah.
I want to hear males talk. And David said, well, let's bring in some women. So I kind of had some guys, he had some girls. So we talked about it, and we went through our Rolodex of folks, and we kind of went back and forth, and we got the 4 that we wanted. And I love them. And Raw Conversation was born, and this is its first season. I believe it has 11 episodes that's out. All of them can be found on Drippin' in Black channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
But they also are on Facebook Watch as well, because Facebook Watch has become a gigantic platform now.
Yeah.
It was kind of always there, but it was hard to get to. But Facebook, being the greedy group that there is, they didn't want nobody leaving their platform, so it made it more accessible. And now a lot of people are not going back to the YouTube, although there is still a valuable usage for YouTube. A lot of our people are looking on Facebook Watch now on it, so it's on it's on wherever Drippin' in Black is. Raw is as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Leah and Judge Leah and Jay and Ross the Boss, Kente Rosser, and Rondre Key Brooks. Jay the Advocate had a little second trying to remember what her nickname was. Yeah, great conversation. They've tackled some very interesting topics. I think it's worth the watch. I envisioned it as, when grown folks get together, like at somebody's crib, and conversation get to going. You might be playing little spades or something, and it's just grown folk talk. We talk about a lot of stuff. We don't record it, but I think it's worth having that discussion on recording and showing, we can have a good grown conversation without buffoonery. I'm kind of anti-buffoonery, so that was the big thing for me. And like you said, we had 4 people in mind, and we asked them, and they were about it. And it's rolling. So let's talk a little bit now about, you know, the mother of them all, the Dripping in Black podcast. We are in our second season. We are at this point 9 episodes in, I believe. And so, what's your thoughts of season number 2, S Squared?
I'm still reeling from the summer. I'm still reeling from the summer of Dripping in Black season 2, because we got off to a not a good start. Because a lot of our stuff is in Michigan. We are in Michigan, so we had some cancellations due to power outages. We had a power outages thing, and then when we got that together, we started to roll. My power went out, and so we missed almost a week. So we don't have as many in the can as we would usually have at this time. So, but besides that, it's rolling. It's rolling. It's we always trying to grow, change, and develop. We always trying to grow, change, and develop, and I think we are. We still giving it to you. We switched today, since now we got 2 podcasts. We wanted to be more strategic in when we release, so it did change this day to Tuesdays. The Tuesday Friday schedule is working for us. We got caught in, I think we got caught in the middle of that Facebook switch. We're going to do something on that. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But it's rolling along. Is it where I want it to be? No, but that was stuff that we could not control. Like say power outages and stuff like that. We can't control that. So, and trying to get those schedules lined up again and stuff like that. But we're going to bring you our best. We're going to bring you. So now the stories we have are still top notch.
Yeah.
The stories are still top notch. Yeah. I'm speaking from producer EP point. That's the stuff y'all don't see. So, I kind of bring that stuff in when I show my face up on here. So production wise, I'm at that, but the quality that we put out, I believe has been great. And we had some special episodes this year already.
Yeah.
So the intention of Dripping in Black is great. And we still keeping with our mission to change that narrative. That's what we about. So yes, we have kept that in the forefront of whatever we did, no matter what was going on.
Yeah. Still very proud of the work we're doing. The guests to me have been dynamic. This one has been a little different because we're still getting guests kind of word of mouth, but I think the second season is an example of it's the extension of where we're getting guests from. It's not like in our inner circle, but we're reaching out, somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And that's how we get guests on. And from Sherry Young, who kicked it off in theater, African-American theater, to Christian Browner, to King Ray Tucker, to Vanessa Parker. And then we had the Raw crew come in and kicked it with them. Young man, Stanford Wilkinson, Dr. Carmen McCullum, and Pontiac's own Alexandria T. Riley, and then Pamela Moore up to this point have been the interviews that we've had. And all of them have dynamic stories. I encourage everybody to go out and check it out. Again, like Sean said, we started putting episodes on Facebook Watch about partially through the new season. But they all can be found on the DiBk channel on YouTube or the Dripping in Black Productions channel on YouTube. And then, of course, anywhere you listen to your podcast, those popular podcast platforms, they're available. So, yeah, we're still doing our thing and got some good guests lined up as well. So, that'll close out our Creators Convo. We're going to go right to the drips on deck. S Squared, we came up with I think a pretty dope concept for a new phase in the Dripping in Black podcast, and that's called retro replays. let's talk a little bit about that.
I'm gonna let you lead that because that's your brainchild. we about to execute it, but that's your brainchild. I'm gonna let you lead off into that one.
Yeah, well, so I was just thinking about, we have quite a few videos in our library now. I don't even know what the count is. I know it's towards 50 videos with the first season and the second season included. And most of those have not been brought over to Facebook Watch. And so the thought popped in my head, like, let's put them on Facebook Watch, give them a chance for that new audience to see some of these episodes that we did in the first season and even earlier in the second season. And so that's in essence what a retro replay is. We're going to reach back, get some of the ones we've already recorded, but bring them over to Facebook Watch and introduce it to the new audience and see how that does in terms of viewership and how that audience picks up on it. Feel free, of course, if you're out there listening, to binge watch us on any of those platforms. Facebook Watch, like I said, some of the stuff is not on there just yet, but it's coming. And then also the Dripping in Black YouTube channel. We have a plethora of videos there, and they're there for your listening and viewing pleasure. And just check it out. Great stories of Black excellence. So that's my spill on it. Anything you want to add about the retro replays, Esquire?
I will always add, because we always want our consumers' thoughts on it. If there's one that you definitely want to see again on that, you can always request. Hit us up on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we would always like to we're going to re-release them. Just one. There's a couple of reasons why. Again, remember, I'm the production guy, so I'm always thinking of where this stuff goes. One, we could get them on Facebook Watch, because that's where a lot of you watching videos now, because I believe Facebook went from number 15 to number 5 in a matter of months when Facebook Watch became live. Or whatever that creative studios, or what they call it, became live. And now on Facebook you can even listen. We haven't got it set up yet. It's coming because, Facebook is funny, but you can actually listen to your podcast from Facebook as well. There's it's accepting RSS feeds now. Ours is not in there yet because it wouldn't accept our RSS feed. So I got to figure out. Somebody said you got to cut off some of the slashes and stuff like that. I'll play with that later. When we on production. Well, production is never on break, but when we're on break, I will get to some of that stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. So yeah, like I said, if there's an episode that you like to see again, we will do that. Hopefully for the new subscribers, we will give you something new and say, oh wow, But I also want you to think about it is season 1 too, because season 1 cracks me up now because we can see the growth. Hopefully it's kind of seamless and you all can't really tell, but we can tell. I said, oh man, I jacked that up for real. We really still like that, but didn't know no better at that time. So yeah, that's coming. And also the other thing is we also want to start putting them in on Facebook Watch. One of the things that you can do is you can put them in what they call series, and so when they're there, I'm going to start putting those in series. So like we have educators, of course. We had entrepreneurs, we had, so if we could put those things in different series, now we could package those series and say, hey, if you want to see educators that's dripping in black, here you go. If you want to look at a realtors that's dripping in black, here you go. So it's another way of just organizing the data just for your use and make it more convenient.
Yeah. I'm going to jump again to the next bullet, and then I think it'll be a good way to close out when we go to our scheduled breaks to inform our audience. So let's talk a little bit, Drips on Deck. What's coming up with websites?
Websites, the Dripping in Black production, or Dripping in Black podcast and Raw Conversation are getting their own websites, I think. Well, yes, there will be. So they will have their site. Like I say, Dripping in Black is connected to higher ground educational resources. Now it will have its own feed. So when you go to the Dripping in Black, you can see all the videos. You can see all the listen to them if you are an audio listener. We have some tidbits, some little stuff in as well. We're gonna start doing blogging, and we have guest blogs. And again, if people, my people, if you're interested in one to add to it, we always find some room for you. So that's what we could do with the websites. Also with the websites will be merchandise, and we talk about, you see Dave with the Dripping in Black
It's coming,
t-shirt.
people. It's coming, people. I've made a lot of promises to folks. It's coming. We about to get it out there. Have this out for sale for people that's interested in this, and we got some new ones lined up as well. But go ahead, that's great.
Right. So our traditional ones, our version ones, definitely, but we're going to do some mixing up too. We're in Michigan, so hoodies and stuff like that is almost a must for us. So you will have an assortment of things, and those things are coming. The scheduled date is December 1st. Now you look at my face, that's where it's going to be. No later than December 15th, definitely. But I'm shooting for December 1st, so you can get it for Christmas, and all that good stuff. You can even buy me one of my own stuff if you like. So that is coming. So the websites are coming from Dripping in Black Productions, the Raw Convo, and because that's the name, the rawconvo.com. That's what that one's going to be. Or I guess you could do Raw Conversation. I own both domains, so we got them all anyway. And I forgot what I named it. I think I call it the Drip Shop. I think that's going to be the store, the online store name. Okay. I think that's what I do so much stuff. I think that's what it is. I think it's a DiBk. Remember, y'all, DiBk is the Dripping in Black short version. Yeah. Drip Shop.
Yeah. Okay. And so then the last thing on our rundown is we have some scheduled breaks for both podcasts. Let's talk a little bit about that before we close out.
Okay. Real quick, our scheduled break, our production break will probably be around Thanksgiving, and we will start it up again, harder, better than ever at the beginning of the year. And one of the reasons why we're taking this break is we need to get the business stuff together. We want to get our social media, although it's there, it's functioning. We want it to be thriving. It's great that it's functioning. We want it to be thriving because we want to be dripping in black. We want Black excellence. So that's what we gotta. But you gotta put time into it. So this was a natural break. We thought. So we decided we're going to take that time and we're going to take care of some of that business. That business
products will still be out there. We'll be rolling some of the retro replays during that time, and who knows, we might put a special holiday thing in there here and there. But we will still provide you with some content during the break, just like we did throughout the summer. And so just be on the lookout for that. Like S Square was talking about, we're on a mission to really get this Dripping in Black huge. The stories that we're sharing, I just want more audience to hear it. I want it to reach more ears. I want more people to be inspired by these stories, and I want to counter this. Here I go. I want to counter this negative portrayal of Black people that we see in the mainstream media. I just think when I turn on the TV, I see it all the time. And if you're not around Black people, you would think that's what we indulge in as a people in general. And I can't contend that actually we indulge in going to work, being professionals, working hard, doing things in an excellent way, providing for our families, being mentors, and, a whole host of other things that are not what's portrayed on the media. And so Dripping in Black brings real, true stories of Black excellence to the public through our media platform. And we just want that platform to grow and grow and grow so that it can showcase the people's story that we have on, but also inspire others to do great things as well. So that's my spill on that. S Squared, any shout outs before we say goodbye to our audience?
Oh yeah. First of all, you see this. Let me move my HBCU famous. I'm not HBCU, but I do support HBCU.
Absolutely.
And Maya Powell, I'm supporting you. She got a new line out. Go check it out.
Future Dripping in Black guest.
Right. And I believe it's hbcufamous.com. I think that's what it is. But if not, go check us out. We'll hook you up. Like I said, I know she got her new line because I saw it online. So especially if you're HBCU or if you just love HBCU stuff, support the young lady. She's at Howard now. She's an entrepreneur, sophomore. I believe she's a sophomore now. Entrepreneur doing her thing. So support the young lady. And let me get close to the camera. My please return our phone calls and waiting for your interview. I know we'll wait till you get off winter break. I know you're doing your thing and doing and if you know about Howard, they got they've been protesting there. So shout out to Maya and doing her thing, and the Powell family. Love you all. Yeah. Support the young lady.
Yeah. If I had it to do over, I would go to an HBCU. Now that I know what I know now, but go blue. All right. My shout outs are always to my former Inkster kids that I chat with quite a bit now that I'm on Facebook, and they always inspire me. They always have me laughing. Some of my former co-workers have me laughing as well. So a big shout out to the Inkster family. Shout out to my Robichaud babies. Oh man, I got some new ones this year, 9th graders. They coming along, so I just give them a shout out. And shout out to everybody out there doing positive things. And so for me, I'll just say, be good, be kind, and be loving, and be excellent on purpose.
And also shout out to my sons. Y'all can come check up on Daddy if you need to. I'm just saying. My C4 fam, I see y'all in the morning. Cause we meet on chat Clubhouse. I said chat house, Clubhouse. And if you ever want to go Clubhouse, and folks, I do want to do some shows on Clubhouse too. That may be coming in 2022. Also, I'm going to put this out there now. Raw Conversation is going to do a live broadcast. How we going to do it? I don't know, but I have a month to learn how. So I will be in my how-to books. So with that being said, I'm going to shut up, get to work. Peace, much love, and we will see you all. We will see you all, but we'll be working to better serve you all with Dripping in Black.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.